Alright, welcome to the beginning of round one. We have won the dice roll and we're definitely going to play first. This hand is pretty awkward. If we had if this was a forest, or if any of these cards were a forest, we definitely could keep, because we have two mulches, but as is, we definitely cannot keep. Even on the draw, I'm more inclined to keep, but definitely on the play, can't do that. So yes, we're going to mulligan. And this is actually a lot better. It seems like we're pretty land heavy, but we do have a mulch, which can get us a lot of things. It can give us like a faithful suiting. It can just dig us deeper. We do have an angel, which is pretty far off, but I actually like this hand a lot. So we're going to start out with the Temple Garden turn 1, so we don't have to pay any life. The next turn we're going to play a Woodland Cemetery untapped. We could also play the Godless Shrine tapped if we want to, but it gives us more options in case we draw differently and we want to play in turn 2, because the Temple Garden adds green, which casts mulch. And if we play Godless Shrine turn 1, we're pretty much locked into playing Woodland Cemetery turn 2, which isn't a bad thing. This is probably what we're going to do anyways, but we'll just play the Temple Garden first. Now just have to wait for our opponent to show up. So yeah, I do like this deck a lot. It's very powerful. The only problem is, like, it's gotten a little too popular, so people are really prepared for it now. So that can happen a lot. Like, I'm expecting us to do very well in game 1s throughout this tournament, but games 2 and 3 will be harder. So that's why it's the alternate sideboard plan with Thritus, because they'll bring some hate and we'll just make those cards dead. We'll just play threats and just like Huntmasters, Thritus, Angels are just very good, and we'll just play them and hopefully get there that way. Alright, so we'll play the Temple Garden tapped. We'll pass the turn back. So we are missing red mana, but we have the mulch. That's why this deck, it's pretty powerful because of the mulches. Like, otherwise the mana would be very awkward, like, all the time. But between the mulches and the Grizzly Salvages, you can usually have every type of mana. As long as you start out with green and black, hopefully. But as long as you have green, you're usually set. So like if we draw a Faithful Suiting here, it'll be dead for this turn, but you can usually mulch into a red source. Or also Burning Tree Emissary. Like, I've been, not had red mana before, but I've had Burning Tree Emissary, so I can cast my Faithful Suitings. So everything works very well together with this deck, so hopefully it turns out well. Let's see what our opponent is playing a little slow. After a couple minutes, our opponent decided to play a Cavernous Souls on human and play a Champion of the Parish. So this can mean he's the Aristocrat deck that won the Pro Tour, or he's just a human deck, like the Naya Blitz deck. Those are probably the two biggest probabilities. So we did draw Faithful Suiting, which is going to be good with our mulch. So we'll play our Woodland Cemetery untapped, and then we'll play mulch and hopefully draw a red source. And hopefully get like 1 or 2 humans in the graveyard. Okay? Alright, so it's pretty perfect mulch. We got 2 Huntmasters, an Umbrella Rites, and a red source. So we'll get the Stomping Ground, throw these guys away. And then next turn we're going to Faithful Suiting, discard Angel, something else, hopefully another human. And then depending on how much pressure we're on from our opponent, we can either Umbrella Rites the next turn, or we can wait and Faithful Suiting again. So it looks like he's a Naya Blitz deck. Alright, so we're at 18. Ooh, okay. So I'm actually just going to play our Burning Tree Emissary, which we just drew. That way we can Faithful Suit without taking damage. I'll discard my Angel and my Fiend Hunter, and play my Stomping Ground, not pay life, and pass the turn back. So I think I'm just going to go for it, because this deck can get ahead very quickly, and I think it's fine just to get some value. Like, we can put Fiend Hunter on the Angel since we drew it, and then we can chump block with a Fiend Hunter and some other guys, get back Angel. And just getting 2 Huntmasters and getting 2 Wolves against this deck is going to be amazing. And that leaves us only 1 card away from completing the combo, well, of milling him out, or gaining infinite Wolf tokens and gaining infinite life. So we're definitely just going to chump block here, or kill the Experiment one. No, that's not going to happen. So we're just going to chump block like the Flint board, or oh, they're all 3/3s now. So chump blocking any of them. So go, just double check the 3/3s. Okay. Alright, so we drew a Cartel Aristocrat. So that means we can actually win next turn. Or not win, but we can make infinite wolves, gain infinite life. Which isn't as good on Magic Online, because you have to go through it, and you should end up stopping after a while. Or hoping your opponent concedes. Because you can't just go through every action. So I played Cavern that turn, so I didn't take any damage, because my other 2 lands were shock lands. So go like this, get rid of my Angel. Yep. Get some wolves, go up to 16, and pass the turn back. So that's a pretty good turn. We now have 6 creatures in play, 6.5 because the Fiend Hunter's on the Angel. And we're threatening to kill him next turn. We can actually Faithful Student first, and we might draw Undercity Informer, and that way we just win. So our opponent played a land untapped, so I assume he's just going to dump his hand. Okay, Mayor, that's fine. Not too worried. Like, this deck doesn't really have that much interaction game one. Alright, awesome. So what we're going to do, we'll just block like this. Fiend Hunter, Huntmaster, and like that. Say okay. So all guys are going to die, and then the Angel's going to come back, and... Let's see. Does he have a Searing Spear? He might. That's my way he did that. I'm right actually just to try to kill some of those guys. I think this is fine. Okay, he just conceded. Alright, yeah, he wasn't going to make much headway. Like, I thought he might have paid life for the untapped Temple Guard because he had a Searing Spear. Because if he Searing Speared the Fiend Hunter in response, and then we can't remove our Angel because then it'll be gone forever. But that'd be fine. We just have to wait till we draw something. Like, we could Faithless Looting next turn into a Fiend Hunter and land, and yeah, we'll be fine. We're in great shape, yeah, so they couldn't do too much. So now this is kind of the guessing game, where we have to figure out whether or not it's more, which is more relevant, us to bring in the sideboard plan, or just to go for the graveyard plan. Because, like, the graveyard plan in a vacuum is great against Naya Blitz decks, because like, they just can't interact with you, and you're just getting too much life, and you're just alive. But I'm thinking that they're gonna have lots of graveyard. We'll sideboard into this plan this game and see what kind of graveyard hate they bring in. So we're actually gonna bring in the Abrupt Decays too, because they have a lot of little guys, and they're just gonna try to kill all of them. So I'll take out the Angel of Glory Rises, Cartel Aristocrat, Undercity Informer, leave the Fiend Hunters, they're fine. We'll take out and take out the Mulches. Actually, take out 2 Faithless Lootings, 2 Mulches. That'll be fine, because I like Grizzly Salvages, they dig us for Drag Tusk. And like, if they do have Graveyard Hate and they turn off the Umbrella Rights, that isn't the worst. So actually, you can take out 1 Umbrella Rights, go down to 3, and put a Faithless Looting back in, so we can dig through our stuff, try to draw lands. Because like, this deck is pretty land light. We only play 23 lands, so cutting Mulches does hurt us, especially we're on the draw. But I think we should be fine. We'll see how this plan works. So now we have removal, we have life gain. Okay, so this hand is fine. So we're just gonna play a little bit differently. So we have a Huntmaster, which is great against them. We have a Burning Tree. Emissary's gonna play that in turn 2 into a Mulch, and we're not gonna mulligan it. We are 2 wide away from the casting of Fiend Hunter. I'm not too worried. Like, we can always just pitch it to a Faithless Looting if we don't draw anything. Alright, so he starts at the Boros Elite. That's pretty good for us. That's one of the least scary things he could do, because he needs 2 more creatures for it to work, which we'll definitely have within the next 2 turns. Okay, or this turn. So next turn, I play the Stomping Ground, so I can have either if I decide to Mulch or Faithless Looting. Okay, Emissary and a Lightning Mauler. Ooh, okay. So that's pretty good. He did get those 2 attackers on the next turn. So do a Temple Guardian. So we have to play a land untapped no matter what we do. So I'm going to play this because we can have Fiend Hunter up potentially. Yes. So pay 2 green for our Burning Tree Emissary. We'll Mulch. Okay, Stomping Ground. Throw these guys away and pass the turn back. So we're just going to trade with his Burning Tree Emissary or his Lightning Mauler, depending on what he plays. Combat Mayor, so we can just trade with the Lightning Mauler. So we're taking 7, so we're at 4, so we need to draw our White Swords really bad. Which we didn't. Let's see. Does this keep us alive? We drew a lot of tap lands this game. So we go to 2, go to 5, block. If he has nothing, we are okay. We'll yep. Play Overrun Tomb. because we can block the Boros Elite and take 4 and go to 1. Or we can just die. Okay, so we're just dead. So from that game, I don't think he brought much hate. I think it's better just to try to go full combo against him. Especially now that we're on the play, so we can be faster. So we're bringing back all the combo parts. Just like this. Because like the Thragtusk Angels, like, it's powerful, but it's too slow against the Nihilist decks. So there's 62 cards. What do I have too much of? Oh, Abrupt Decays. Take out a... I'll leave the Abrupt Decays in just because I think we need them. So take out Grizzly Salvage and a Faithless Looting. We'll submit. We're going to play first. Alright, so we have a Grizzly Salvage, an Abrupt Decay. We have the mana to cast both of them, and an Understanding Informer. That was an early drop, so I'm not going to mulligan this. Our opponent did mulligan. So hopefully, I'm going to 5. So hopefully this Abrupt Decay keeps us in the game. I'll play Temple Garden tapped, just in case you want to draw like a mulch, and we do that first. We don't have to take life off for Godless Shrine yet. Okay, tap line is always good for us. So I feel okay with paying 2 life for this Godless Shrine. Like if you played a 1-drop, I'd probably just pass. And then next turn go Understanding Informer and just take it slower. Let's see what he has. Probably a Mayor. Okay, Burning Tree. Into Lightning Mauler. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the Mauler so the one guy doesn't get haste. Alright, click the wrong one. So kill this. So this guy doesn't get haste, we take no damage this turn. And the next turn we'll play Cavern on Human, we'll play our Understanding Informer. I can play Fiend Hunter, I don't want to. Because what we can do once we have the Informer in play, we can play Fiend Hunter, target his creature, and then sack it to the Informer with a trigger on the stack, so the guy is gone forever. And this, I don't care about this. There's like a lot more powerful creatures he has in his deck, like Mayors, and also Frontline Medics, and just things that I can't deal with normally. So he plays a Cavern on Human, obviously. And a Thalia. Okay, Thalia is actually fairly good against us. But we're just going to Fiend Hunter it. We didn't draw a land, we drew a Faithless Looting, so we can't sacrifice the Informer, but the odds are he doesn't have that many non-creature spells, especially in his hand. And he doesn't have red mana yet, so we can't even Searing Spear or anything. So next turn I am going to Grizzly Salvage, hopefully get a red source, and then play Faithless Looting. Okay, Lightning Mauler, that's fine. Yep, no bond. Pass turn back. So I'll go ahead and Grizzly Salvage first, looking for a red source for our Faithless Looting. And we did, we got a Stomping Ground. We also milled a Huntmaster, an Angel, and some irrelevant lands. So I feel fine taking 2 here, yes. And we're going to Faithless Looting. I don't think we're going to cast this. Actually, let me think. We can discard this Angel. We can discard the lands. Or a combination of both. I don't think we're going to... We're 3 turns away from casting Angel. So I'm actually just going to discard an Informer and a land. Because we have an Angel in the graveyard. If I didn't have one in my graveyard, I'd just discard it. So pass turn back, the next turn we can flashback Faithless Looting and see what we find. Okay, Champion of the Parish, I'm not worried about this yet. Like, our 2/3s are doing great work against his 2/2s and 2/1s. He doesn't have a Mayor yet. I'm actually going to cast this new Looting first. Because it's cheaper. I'm actually going to discard Angel now in the Overgrown Tomb. And I'll play our Woodland Cemetery, and then I'm going to dig at the end of his turn. With the Grizzly Salvage and say go. So he didn't bond yet. He might have like a Frontline Medic he's building up into. Okay, so he drew his red source. I don't remember if they play Huntmasters or not. I don't think the Blitz decks do, but he might sideboard it into them. Okay, Searing Spear. So what we're going to do is we're going to Grizzly Salvage first. Alright, so we got the Umbrella Rights. We're just going to grab a land, because we want all those cards in our graveyards. And then we'll sacrifice the... I do that because when this goes away, we'll get the Thalia back, and the Thalia is going to make our spell cost one more. Which means we can't sacrifice both our guys if we need to. So I'm milling myself with my Understanding Informer. His guys come back, he might pair. He has one card in hand. Right, so he just milled a Mulch and a Stomp Ground, nothing relevant yet. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't have like a Rest in Peace, which I highly doubt they have. But he could. Would be pretty bad position if he did. Okay, he doesn't have no attack. I'm going to cast Unburial Rites this turn, so I'm definitely just going to sacrifice my Informer. Actually, he might have Purify the Grave. I think it's worth not to sacrifice my Informer just in case he has that. Okay, we drew Burning Tree Emissary. So we can actually go... actually win, hopefully. We have all the combo pieces. Okay. And we have 6 mana, so we have 1 mana extra to use our Understanding Informer the first time. So where's my Unburial Rites? There it is. Give back an Angel. 1, 2. Oh, I messed. So we have 2 mana float. For a second, I forgot I had the 2 mana floating. I'm like, oh no, I messed up. How did I do this? How did I do it wrong? Alright, so he just looks like he had nothing. So we'll get rid of our Angel. We get a Wolf token. And bye-bye to our Angel. We're going to use this ability. And I'm not going to... So, use this mana. Use the Understanding Informer, targeting him. Sacrifice the Fiend Hunter. Oh, we need 1 more mana. We were 1 short. Okay. So I did mess up. I forgot I need to sacrifice the Burning Tree Emissary and the Fiend Hunter for it to work. But I think we're in fine shape. We have 2, 4, 6, 7 creatures in play. So sorry about that. I thought we could go off that turn. But we couldn't. But we can go off next turn, so I'm not too worried. Alright. We can Mulch, we could mill ourselves first, but I'm just going to try to kill him. So, target him, pay 1, sacrifice our Burning Tree Emissary. Mill land. Target him, pay 1, sacrifice my Fiend Hunter. We're at 18. I'm not gonna try to. We could go through iterations first, targeting us to find more Fiend Hunters, more Burning Tree Shamans. Well, not more Fiend Hunters, more Burning Tree Shamans, more Hunt Masters. But I don't think he has anything, so we're just gonna try to kill him. Okay, Bonds of Faith. I like Bonds of Faith. I played this card at the Pro Tour. I thought it was very good. Alright, so we'll go like this. Say we're gonna pay red. Sacrifice Burning Tree Shaman. Mill 1 land. There's a lot of lands towards the top. Like that. Sacrifice this guy. So I think he knows he's dead, and he's just making us do it, which is fine. Actually, I'll skip this part for you because we're just going to do the same thing over and over again, and there's not much to talk about. So after like 3 minutes of repetitive mouse clicking, he did concede with 3 cards left in his deck. So if you missed that, we just sacrifice Understanding Informer, or use Understanding Informer to sacrifice Burning Tree Emissary. Then we use Understanding Informer to sacrifice Fiend Hunter. When Fiend Hunter leaves, we get back Angel, bring back Fiend Hunter, bring back Burning Tree Shaman, Burning Tree Emissary, Burning Tree Shaman from Guild Pact. Remove the Angel and repeat, so all his deck's gone. And looking through it, he actually did not bring any cards against us. It could be in the bottom 3 of his deck, but there's no Rest in Pieces or Purify the Graves. There's just Thalia and Searing Spears. Alright, so the deck worked out perfectly, games 1 and 3. Hopefully we can repeat that success in our next round, and we'll see you then.